Welcome back. Yes, sir. Good to see you. Good to see you, Gidgees. Welcome back. Good to see you, my friend. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the live stream. Good to see you all. My name is Lorenzo, Corrado. Hope you are doing fantastic. We're going to have a nice party today. We're going to make sure that the music is on fire. We're going to make sure that you are on fire, that we are on fire. We're going to have some fun today. I'm looking forward to see what this New York session will bring. I'm very curious as well myself if there is some volume today. Looking forward to see if gold will move, if we're actually going to see some solid price action. Really curious to see how things develop here. And listen, I'm just like you guys. I just want to learn. I just want to get better. I just want to have fun and take some freaking trades. All right, let's get the party started. Looking forward to it. Smash that like button. And let's get the party started here. We're going to go over the markets. Gold, dollar, what is happening? Overall, I see that gold is dropping a little bit, right? It is dropping a little bit here. So let's go over that. Very nice. Let's see what we have in the building with us. Let's give some props to the G's that are back on a consistent basis here. You guys are right on time, right on time. G bro, my friend, good to see you. Narega, what the fuck, man? Good to see you. Dexter, I recognize your name, my friend. Thomas, Tom Mellison, Jackie Rusher, Daniel Berger. Daniel Berger, what a legend. I know what he did in our Telegram group. He insane results. Gabriel. Hero spot moment. Good to see you, man. Alan, good to see you. Who else do we have? Who else do we have? Vanessa, my favorite. Timbo Slice. Yes, sir. All right. Time to get to work, man. Almost. 1 second. Yes, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the stream. It's good to see you all. I hope you're having a fantastic day so far. This is the first trading week that we have been live again. This is already the 4th stream. So this is episode 4 of our new format where we focus, of course, on gold, on the dollar, and on some tweaks that we have made, of course, some things that are in alignment with our strategy, the LTA concept trading roadmap. And of course, a couple of new things that I am learning, which I'm definitely not a professional at. I'm still learning, I'm still getting better. But there is not a reason for me to not do this live because I think that you guys love to see someone's journey. And I think we can learn something together. I think we learned already a lot over the last 3 days here. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And, you know, in terms of results, we had some really good trades overall here. But hey, you know, we can't get attached to the outcome. We just have to move forward. Every day, every session, we have to look at the market objectively and see where we can take it, right? That's the idea. So with that said, let's see what gold is doing. We have some news in around 15 minutes. Okay, so it's very important that we pay attention to what's going on around the news here because the unemployment claims, I think, is going to be there in around 15 minutes, right? And then we have tomorrow, of course, the big day. The big day again, PC price index, job openings, etc., etc., etc. Nothing for today, though, nothing crazy. So news, and then I think we are ready to rock and roll here, okay? So with that said, let's go over the dollar and let's see what we have, number one. And then we can go from there. Let's see. Daily time frame dollar is strong. What do you guys think? Is the dollar strong? Is the dollar weak? It looks pretty strong to me, okay? I know that we're in resistance right now, okay? I know that we're in resistance. And I also know that we are in that weekly supply zone. So we are literally hitting major resistance on the dollar now. But the dollar is not looking that weak on the lower time frame. It's trying to really squeeze through and push up higher, right? It filled that gap from today, and then we started to immediately push higher. So this is not looking weak right now. So we do have to accept that gold might drop a bit further when the dollar maintains that strong. So looking for buys now is, I think, still a little bit tricky. But I'm not necessarily still bearish on gold, to be honest with you. I have a couple of levels that I wanted to talk about, which is the previous daily highs. Number one right here. Let's mark this out already. So we have this ready, right? The previous daily highs on gold. That's just something that we have to mark out. We also have the current trading week, okay? And this is something that I really wanted to talk about today because now, officially, we have 3 trading days behind us, okay? And you guys already know that I'm a big believer, big fan of the volume profile, okay? And one of the things in our book that we are constantly referring back to is the volume analysis section, which I've written, and it's about the weekly cycle, sorry, the weekly volume profile, okay? And there is something that we call the current week, okay? So we have to actually go over this. It's called the current weekly levels, okay? So for the people who are new to this, you can download this book for free. And just get that free education, man. Why not taking advantage of some free freaking education? right here. And there are lots of ways, by the way, with AI that you can turn this book into like an audiobook as well, which is something that I've heard people do now, where they just turn this into an audiobook. I think that's pretty epic. So if you don't really like reading, you can still put it on the audiobook, right? And then just listen to it in the gym or whatever. I mean, that's how I do it sometimes even still. So anyways, the current weekly is something we're going to talk about right now because that's something I want to mark out because we have now the Monday, the Tuesday, and the Wednesday. And this all consists information for today. So I'm going to mark out the volume profile from the left. And I'm going to squeeze it over all the way till Wednesday closure. Okay. And maybe sometimes to the end, but it's really relatively the same in terms of the actual outcome here. But you can carefully see the most volume was traded at the 5186, right? And we're actually trading below it right now. Okay. So I just want to make sure that you're unaware of the fact that we're trading below the area where the most volume has been traded, but also where the least volume has been traded this week has been in this low volume node, okay? And where can you find the low volume node? Also in our book as well here. And I'm actually learning a lot about the low volume node as well. Fabio talks about this all the time. I think this is super important, but we also have mentioned this clearly right here, right? The low volume node and why this is extremely important to also pay attention to, as this can count as some sort of imbalance in the market, right? So overall, if price steps into that node right here, okay, we might find support, okay? And that's something that I want to look at in case right here. I'm gonna mark out that box, and then at the same time, we are also gonna mark out a previous range that we have created just now, okay, from today's session. So let's say the London, etc. So right now, you can kind of see that in this box, we have to pay a lot of attention to how gold reacts, okay? Because if gold reacts, quote unquote, let's say bullish, or we see some buyers stepping in here, then this might be something very, very interesting, okay? Now, at the same time, if we now go to, let's say, the daily time frame, let's go to the daily time frame. You can also see that we're really freaking squeezing, right? We're really squeezing here. You can actually see that we have that major support sitting right there, which is right around that low volume node as well here. Major support, and we have been constantly holding and respecting that support zone, okay? So I also want you to make sure that you are fully aware of this, that we are pretty much above that major daily support as well. If you go to the 12-hour, we also have a 12-hour demand zone right here as well. So we have a lot of support here, guys. That's all I'm saying. Yes, gold looks weak now, but we have a lot of levels and a lot of support here. Okay, so I'm just going to pay attention to what happens if gold comes lower. Now, at the same time, right, we already talked about the valuation tool, right? Do you guys right now kind of understand what we have been talking about and how this thing works? Let me know in the chat, please. Let me know in the chat if you guys have a little bit of a clue of why this is, in my opinion, super valuable. Okay, let me know. Similar to the RSI, but on steroids. This is how we call it. Okay. If you don't know what it is, it's pretty much a tool, all right, that measures how gold is valued against the dollar. And you can see when we're getting undervalued, okay, on the 50-minute, usually what we see is a bounce. Look at that, undervalued, and we are seeing a bounce, okay? Undervalued right here, and we're seeing a bounce. This was Tuesday. Then on the Tuesday right here, undervalued, we usually create the bottom, okay? And this is super valuable information because by itself, I think it's not enough. But if you can combine this with volume and the volume profile, right, you have really high conviction setups. You know what I mean? So the undervaluation here is, in my opinion, super valuable to for us to pay attention to and to see what is going on here. So in order for us to say, okay, I'm going to buy, a couple of things need to happen. Okay, gold needs to, or the dollar needs to find the resistance. Dollar needs to slow down a little bit. Gold needs to hopefully get to that undervaluation to get to our box, our low volume node from the week, as well as the previous range, right? And I do believe that from there, we can potentially get into some potential entries, all right? Now in 7 minutes, obviously, we have news, etc. So we're kind of waiting for the news to happen, and then we can pretty confidently get into like positions, or we can at least try to find a good entry level, right? And if you can find a good entry level with a good confirmation, then yeah, I think we have something here, okay? Keep in mind, we already are finding that support here. And we have another level right here, which is the value area high of that range. So I think we are not far from finding support now on gold here. Okay, that's just my bias for now. So I'm, again, tempted to buy and not necessarily sell here, okay? Also look at the 5 minute, how we're already undervalued right now and how we're reacting for one of our key levels right here, okay? So let's just pay attention to what gold does. And if gold here is willing to go higher, and if that's the case, one of the big targets is for me gonna be the previous daily highs, okay? At 5231 on this futures chart right here. I hope that makes sense, all right? So anyways, I just realized that I need to go to the micros so I can at least take some freaking partials here. This is already a box that I've marked out here as well. It is actually super interesting because it's exactly the box that we are looking at right there from the day as well from the week. Let's mark this out as well here. And I think we have everything we need to, yeah, again, look for buys. I'm actually still looking for buys today, all right? Look at that reaction. We're so close to it already. And I think that we can work with this very, very, very freaking well, geez. There we go. Finding that support now, all right? So give us something here, geez. Give us something. I think this is something that we can definitely look at. And then at the same time, I am looking at the order flow right now as well here. I'm still learning this, by the way, guys. So don't take this for granted, okay? I'm still learning. I'm still in the learning process of this as well here. So yeah, if you have insights, let me know. But I've been studying this for a year now, and it has been helping tremendously. You can see there are a bunch of trapped sellers, and guess where we're bouncing from? From the trapped sellers. There is selling, there is buying, and actually, we are also bouncing from the VWAP as well right now at the moment here. So I'm liking what I'm seeing here. We just need freaking, we need the news to be behind us, and then I think we have some good solid freaking opportunities here. Let's see if we can actually get into some nice trades. Yes. Cross the Axel Road, says Lorenzo, I always find good entries on currencies just before big news. In this situation, what should I do? Be ex-peptic to be more aggressive. I never enter because I think there is too much volatility. Yeah, the thing about it is, bro, that you just have to do it. I'm not joking. I mean, it's up to you. Let the data tell you what you need to do, okay? Let the data speak for itself. All right, so you should test things. All right, just do it. Test it and don't take that much risk until you are certain that you have an edge. So this counts for any environment, okay? Any environment. Any freaking environment right here. All right, I think that you can definitely find some important layers here, okay? I'm liking gold here, to be honest with you, G's. I'm liking what I'm seeing right now on Goldie right now. I do really like it. So I might set a small limit order at 5173.2. 5173.2. A little bit lower. All right. There. We have, what, 3 minutes left? 2 minutes left. 5173. 5173.3. The value high, that's our level, right? We have our clear level. We have our buys relatively clear as well here. We bounce in the value area high of the range. So it's a CERC, by the way. For the people who don't know what it is, it's a typical range, a typical pattern that we always follow. Right here on page number 47. So a consolidation, expansion, retracement, continuation. If this is all new to you, don't worry. Don't worry, man. You're going to learn this really quickly. You're going to learn this really quickly. It's actually, you're going to get the hang of this quite quickly right here. Okay? So, yeah, everything is aligning here now. I'm just looking at the levels to look, set at least a limit order to see if we can pull back into this level here. 5173.4. Pretty much there. How many points do we have? Wait, let me see. Yeah, something like that is good. Okay. Yeah, the reason why I put this limit order here is because we have news right now. Okay. So I hope that actually the news will kind of swipe or trigger me in that trade, right? Which makes sense because there is definitely a pullback scenario where you could say, okay, we could pull back and then bounce because these sellers right there are trapped right below. So like one more that squeeze or whatever the case may be here. The dollar is already slowing down a little bit here, which I like. So let's see what the news does in like 30 seconds. And then we see if we can get triggered in our position or not. Let's give it a go. Let's give it a go. Let's see what happens here. Straight to work, bros. How much do you pay for the Orderflow software? I think it's like 150 bucks. Something like that. Can you trade gold? My platform doesn't have MGC. This is gold, bro. This is gold. Okay, it's the same candles. Everything is the same as your firm on MetaTrader or whatever. You just have to look at the candles, right? It might slightly different, but I don't think it's that much of a difference, to be honest with you. Let's actually see here. All right, so initial Japanese case came out bullish, right? This is what I mean. So we might pull back here and actually get into our position. Okay, that doesn't make me quote-unquote bearish right away, by the way. Just so you know, on the gold. All right, this news. But it just gives me at least an idea that we might pull back here into this level. I would love to see that pullback into that exact level here. Let's see if we can get into that, man. Like I said before, we're not going to chase price. It is a nice, we call this an entry model 1. But because of the news and the negative news right now, I prefer one more pullback. And you guys know, yesterday, right? You guys saw it yesterday, right? The trade yesterday. We had, in my opinion, right? Even though we broke even on that setup, we had like the best entry. Because we could have waited, we could have chilled, we could have seen what price did. We got triggered at the wick, the bottom of the bottom of the bottom. And we had just enough time to just manage the trade good and correctly. And I could clearly see that it was not the trade that I wanted to be in after like a certain amount of time, right? So we closed our trade on break even. But yeah, anyways, that was overall worth it. Personal trading record, weekly. This week, what is it? 2 W's, 2 break even, 0 loss. Market condition, I would say today is more or could be more of a imbalance session. Okay, because we opened bearish, we broke highs. We came down, we set in a W, we broke structure. We're kind of building a trend on the lower time frame here. So we might call this an unbalanced range, unbalanced session, but we'll see how this develops, right? Unbalanced session. Right here, but definitely we're not bearish on gold today. I'm not bearish on gold today. That's for sure. This is the previous daily high. And this is the daily high. All right, daily high is right there. So pretty decent targets if you ask me right there, right? The 50-minute time frame is still not undervalued, so we still might pull back as well one more time. I'm not going to chase it. We're going to find some resistance now too, right? So let's see if we can get filled. Let's see if we can get filled here. Hey bro, how you've been? Are you still in Bali? I'm still in Bali, bro. This is my home. For now. Things might change soon, but this is for now my home, definitely. It's me, Oleg, says always a problem seeing that my setups are working and not being in them. And as soon as I try to enter, I get stopped out. That's hurt so much. Bro. Yeah, bro, yo. listen, I've been there, man. I've been there so many freaking times. But what I've learned, bro, from my perspective, okay, just don't take it for granted, okay? But I like to get into the best entries now. I have no issues anymore with missing out on any setups. Like I really surpassed this stage now in my current state. I really surpassed this. Okay. Because I just know if I start chasing price, I get into instant drawdown, and then maybe my trade plays out, but just a bunch of headache. I don't want to have to do it. I don't need to do it. We can get into really good entries, and you know, sometimes even less is more. Sometimes even less is more here. I took 4 trades this week. Today's Thursday, tomorrow's Friday. Maybe I end up taking, what, 6 trades this week. You know what I mean? Don't have to chase anything. Yeah. So I would say one more pullback would be amazing, man. One more squeeze here would be nice. Brother, your house in the background looks like a movie. Bro, that's a green screen. Can you not tell? It's a green screen. Bro, AI is getting crazy right now. I'm telling you. AI is getting crazy, okay? It's getting absolutely crazy. Look. All Fugazi. It's all Fugazi, G. Nah, AI is getting crazy. Do you think we're gonna pull back? I hope so. I hope we're gonna pull back. Lorenzo, how much do I have to pay to get the order flow software you have? I think it's around $150 a month, man, in total, because you have to pay for the data, right? The data feed. That's kind of that's where the money's at. Right? The platform itself is not that expensive. Right? It's the data feed that you need to have. The futures data. We can't hear the music? Oh shit. My apologies, my friend. Let me make it up to you. Let me make this up to you right now. If you like this channel, if you like these streams right now, this is episode 4. This is my 4th episode of this format. Then smash up that like button here. That would help me out tremendously. I'm telling you, bro. That will help me out tremendously. We're just here to trade, to have fun. Have some free education for you. Some big balls. Okay? Some big ass balls. And I think that should do the job. That should do the job, right? Yeah, dollar is definitely slowing down right here. We're overvalued against the euro as well. So I like that. I like it. I like it. I like it. Shaheen says, I'm your first follower on Kick. Oh shit. Okay. I'm gonna go live on Kick right now. Let me push this Kick button right now. I didn't know I had Kick. I forgot about that. Yeah, I need to go live on Kick too, man. I was thinking about it. Boom. I think I'm live. I have no idea how this shit works. No idea. We'll figure it out. I need to figure this shit out. Yes, I'm live. Can I show it on YouTube or not? I'm not sure if I can show my link on YouTube. Anyways, Lorenzo Corrado. You'll find me. You'll find me. 0 followers. Oh no, 1 follower. I think you'll be stopped out. Oh, don't say that, bro. Please. I want to win. I like winning. I don't like losing. I like winning. You know what I mean? I like to win. Boom. We're coming down, right? We're not chasing. Like I said before, we're not chasing. You see that? Every time when I say we're not chasing, we're literally... Every time when I say, yo, we're not chasing, you know, we're doing the right thing here. You see that? Because price pulls back. Hi, Lorenzo, what's your take on the US30? We'll go over it before the New York Stock Exchange open, I promise. Okay? This is the idea of the format, by the way. We start with Goldie, and then if you don't have any term gold, we go to the NQ or maybe US30, depending on what we're looking at. But yeah, let's see what gold is doing here, because I'm very close to my entry right now. What's the negative side of limit orders? Well, limit orders, if you don't get filled, you don't get filled. Price can leave without you. That's the bad side. The good side, all right, is actually that you can get into really good order entries if you pick the right level. Your internet in Kick is not as good. Okay. All right, I'll figure it. I'm gonna go offline on Kick right now. I don't think it's gonna work yet, but I'm gonna go live on Kick as well later on, man. Who knows? Maybe in the future. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. It was worth a try. PopG Engineer, man. Thank you for the sub, bro. Welcome to the streams. Hope you're doing well. I wish you a blessed day. And there's definitely support around this area, for sure. You can just see it already, right there. You see that red box that I marked out? Dollar is slowing down, right? 5 minute, look at the 5 minute. We're overvalued. Oh shit, where is the dolly? Where is the dollar? Dollar is overvalued against the euro. We are really slowing down here. I do like that. I do like this a lot here in 15 minutes. We might have a little bit of a squeeze still. I'm still patient. Let's be patient here. I think we're gonna get filled. Lorenzo, what is better, Orderflow or bookmap? I think bookmap is Orderflow, my friend. It's the same thing, right? Aggressive buyers versus sellers, big bubbles on the bookmap. And then, of course, the limit order. So it's the same thing, man. The footprint chart is different, right? This actually shows you inside of that candle. But also this is very similar. It's just, what do you prefer? Right, that's the question. What do you prefer? What about your stop loss? Yeah, I don't have a stop loss yet. Yeah, you're right. I am not really... I'm going to just see where we can take this right now. I'm not going to play stop yet. I'm just going to see how we develop here. Milan Atanasov, welcome to the stream, man. Good to see you, my G. I also wish you a blessed day, my friend. What are we looking for? I'm looking for something like this, right? So entry here, targeting at least the daily highs. But maybe if it's a good day today, all right, if it's actually a good day today, with some actual volume today, the previous daily highs. But yeah, I'm bullish buys today. When I'm invalidated, if we break below this low, then I'm no longer bullish buys for today. What do you do if you miss out on trades like this? Then I wait for the pullback of a next one, of a next leg up. So if you do something like this, we pull back, looking for the continuation. It's pretty straightforward, to be honest. It's not hard. It's definitely not hard. It's definitely not hard. Keeping it simple from that perspective, from an execution play. Of course, it has to align with some level that I'm looking at, some volume profile level that I look at. Then I will mark out the range, the pullback of this range, a level in that range, and look for another leg up. Because we have leg room, we have room today, I think. Yeah. How many trades do you take a week? Bro, it totally depends, man. It totally depends. For example, I took 4 trades this week. 1 trade a day, keeps the doctor away. New York session, right? Only, of course. But I mean, sometimes 2, right? It just totally depends. I think 2 days ago, we took 2 trades in 1 session. So yeah. Yeah, if this goes, that would be nasty though, because like this is the consequence right here. What is it? 1 point? 1 point. That's 1 point. Where's the resistance at? The resistance is now. We're in resistance now, right here. So yeah, this looks bullish though. This looks strong. This looks good. I like it. I like gold today. Ramstein, how are you doing today? I'm doing good, man. What about you? I'm doing good. I'm doing good. We're just doing our thing, bro. Keep grinding. Like all of us here in this chat. We're all grinding. We are all on the grind. Day in, day out. We are trying to make shit happen. It actually pulled back into this thing here, right? Let me see. Did it pull back? It did pull back right here. Yeah, this looks strong now, right? Shit. That would have been a monster entry, G. Monster entry. So close. Myrna says love from Kosovo. Nice. Nice. Oh shit, this looks strong. Yeah, this looks like we're gonna go to the daily highs. This looks like we're gonna go and push the daily into the daily highs right here. So okay, let's see what we can do here, because this is like a breakout. Okay, we're gonna face resistance now for sure. We're back at that same major level. So for me, this is like the most important level of the hourly. Major resistance here. I think we're gonna get a little pullback here. A little pullback here. And then I think I might change my entry a little bit, but let's see. 82. 82, yeah, the very low. That's the 82, right? Yeah, that's the very low. Okay, that's the 50. Yeah, something like that. Very low, right? Yeah. Okay, I move my entry now. Still pullback. Still need to wait for pullback because John says actually good. It is actually good. We see higher highs on the next pullback. We can feel even better. Yeah, I do like this a lot though. I also like it. I think this looks strong. This looks good to me as well. So yeah, I do agree. I do agree. The reason why I'm actually liking this is because in general, the targets are very clear to me today. That's the biggest thing. We also closed above the previous daily point of control, I think. Yeah, we did. So that's perfect, man. If we can drop down wick and then close above the point of control, it's still a really nice entry, for sure. Where would your stop loss be? I think below the lows, huh? To be honest. I think below the lows. Because you have these two targets here. There is definitely a lot of room, right? There's a lot of room. So the risk reward is still good. Yeah, dollar is in at resistance. We looked at the dollar here being in that major resistance. We know how important this is, the higher time frame. We talked about this from like also a fundamental perspective. Dollar looks very strong, but we're looking also very overvalued right now. At the same time, retail is super bullish on the dollar. And when retail is super bullish on the dollar, that's usually not a good sign. Okay, and if you don't know about any of this, I created an indicator. It's a free indicator. It's called the Commitment of Traders report that comes out every week. And it updates the data. And if you go to this one, you can actually see what the retail is doing. The small speculator. And they're very bearish. Oh, sorry, they're very bullish. My bad. They're very bullish. Positioned out of nowhere, right? A huge, huge change in what they believe. So, yeah, the more bullish they are, the more bearish I'm getting. So yeah, that's why my bias on gold is still bullish. I'm still bullish on gold for the next coming weeks. Gold slowed down a bit because of oil, right? Oil absolutely took over. The dollar took over. So gold and other metals were kind of struggling. But I think the tide is going to turn soon. I think the tide is going to turn. I think gold might be going back to where it belongs. Okay, back to where it belongs. LRS says sometimes we need a market order. Hey, bro, if you want to enter market, just enter market, right? If you think, hey, this is a good trade, I enter market, then just boom. You just go for it. You know what I mean? I'll make my money somehow, hopefully. I'll catch up with you later, okay? I'll catch up with you later, hopefully. Yeah, but bias was perfect. Bias was good, but I think there's room. Let's see, man. First target 52.15 and then 52.35. It says AJ Van Vuren. Okay, man. 52.15. Why these levels? Let me know. Let me know, bro. Let me know. Why do you think that? Why do you think these levels exactly? Is it cold or is it hot where you are right now, bro? I mean, what do you think? What do you think? Look at my face. Look at my face. I'm like a lobster, dude. Lorenzo, you have some Italian origin? Yes. I do. Oh, we're pulling back. We are pulling back. Come on, dollar. Give us some hope. Don't be annoying today. Please, don't be annoying today. Just give me something. Start dropping here. Yeah, same level. Sellers coming in. Hourly closure is in 1 minute, okay? Ooh, okay, we're dropping really hard before the hourly candle closure, by the way. We're dropping really hard before that hourly candle closure. I actually, you know what? That's actually something that I... 1 minute left for the hourly, right? We might drop a little bit lower, actually. Depends where he closes this candle. Because if we want to enter long, right? Let's say we're bullish biased. Because I'm bullish biased. Let's say I want to enter long. You don't want to enter when the dollar is not creating like a bottom wick or something like that. You want to have that bottom wick and then flip bullish. That's like the best entry, man. You can get into these wicks of these hourly candles. Then we're good. Then we're really good. Yeah, so that's fine for me. If we close around here, I'm fine with this. Because if the next hourly candle opens up and we drop, then that's actually a good sign. I actually like to see this. Because then we have the bottom wick of the hourly and then, you know, we flip bullish, etc. That would be nice, you know? That would be good. Okay, now we have the closure. So that's actually, to me, pretty solid. If we can drop now, that would be good. Yeah, I think that level is good. I think the level is good. 82. Yeah, I think the level is good. Lucky me, sniper entry got triggered at the start. Placed it just above that 1 point difference, bro. No way you entered right where I wanted to enter. Really? Then you have the best of the best of the best entry, my friend. Congratulations. My limit order was right here. Bro, then you got into the best entry you could ever get into, pretty much. Then you can just chill the fuck out right now, bro. Then you have done your work. And you can just put your stop loss on break even and you can just, I don't know. You can just chill out for the rest of the session. Well done. Janaim Gatani, just subscribe. Welcome, man. Good to see you, bro. I wish you a good day. We're going to be here for the next coming days, weeks, months, around this time. So enjoy. Yeah, I know we're bounced from the point of control, so we know this. And I'm also fully aware of this. This is going to be supported. And I think actually this could also be a very strong level 2. But for me, this is all a playground right now. I'm testing a couple things in terms of entries. This was a good example right here at the beginning of the session. It was 1 point difference. And you think, oh, you're not get filled, blah, blah, blah. Well, bro, if you get filled, you can sleep like a baby. You can sleep like a baby. Janaim says, yo, first time here. I'm looking to long and Q above the current 15-minute high. What's your view? Okay, we can quickly go over this because we have, what, 30 minutes? Okay. We have the full trading week of the NQ right now. We have been balanced. Nothing has really been happening here. We are trading in what we call that low volume node. You know, we're in that range. I think we need to break back above the point of control, right? To be bullish on the NQ. So I want to see something above this level. I think that could be really good. Otherwise, we have to drop to the very low. And that is at 24,674. Which is the current weekly very low, which is right here. I'm also relatively bullish biased now in the short term on the NQ as well. So these are kind of my scenarios on the NQ for today's session. Actually, if we drop into that level here and we find support and we see buyers stepping in, that will be very good. Or we break out. One of those. That's just a quick summary, right? That's just a quick summary. Yeah, we have the point of control here. That's gonna also be supported for sure. I just want to wick in and close above the point of control. That is like something that I'm testing right now. That'll be sick. Thomas says I use the volume profile from 12 to 6. There is a flat node where I entered. From 12 to 6. Interesting how you look at it. I actually, from 12 to 6, you say? So pretty much the swing profile, right? From the bottom to the top, pretty much, right? Okay. Interesting. Oh, on the IQ. Oh, okay. From 12 to 6. From 12 to 6, okay. Like this? If it works. Yes, exactly. I see what you mean, man. Oh, damn, yeah. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, actually, besides the day, right? I never really look at the time. So that might be something that I'm willing to test as well, to see how that goes. Hey, one thing is for certain, right? The dollar is absolutely getting wrecked right now. Look at the dollar dropping. Look at the dollar dropping. This is what we want. Dollar needs to be weak. Peter says, yesterday I earned $120 based on what you've showed. Amazing. Yeah, because in the end, yesterday, right? In the end, price did came up a little bit. That's true. It did came up eventually. It took some time. It didn't have to follow through like all the way. So it did came back eventually as well. But if you manage to trade good, then yeah, then you would have made some money, that's for sure. Okay, there's a lot of resistance here. Like honestly, gold has not been coming out of this range since the London session. So this is why there's no way I can enter a market order here or chase the market here. And I'm actually getting less and less interested now, I'm not joking, into this buy limit, okay? Right now, you know why? Because if the dollar is dropping, right? And gold is not pushing up, then what's gonna happen? We're gonna get into an overvaluation. You see that? What happened in the last overvaluation? Right here. We topped out, you see that? And then before that, we topped out here. And before that, we ranged for forever. Right? And here, we topped out forever. Like at least we had a pullback, right? Stronger pullback. So the longer we stay and do nothing here, the longer I'm like, yeah, why are we not moving up now if the dollar is so weak? So that allows me to say, okay, we might have to pull back and adjust accordingly because we are in resistance. We clearly are in resistance. And we might actually just pull back, and we might pull back a bit deeper then, if that's the case. And that's just data. That's just data. It's not me telling you. Look at the overvaluation, and every time it pulls back deeper. So why would I not trust that? Right? So I'm like, okay. If that's the case, then where can we go? Where can we actually go? And I think 78 is then the next level, which makes more sense then. Unless we go up and we pull back. That's a different story. Unless we now actually push up and we pull back. Yeah, okay. Then it's fine. Because this has to cool off, right? This has to slow down. Yeah, I'm definitely bullish today, for sure. How many trades a week do you need to become profitable? I don't think it's about the amount of trades, bro. I'm just saying. It's not about the amount of trades. you can have one trade and you can be profitable, right? So yeah. How much do you want to trade? That's the question. I can guarantee you this. It's not about the amount, okay? Because like I said this before, you can have like 5 or 10 amazing trades. And then you get super excited and everything goes great. And then, boom, the 11th trade is where you lose all your money. And then you end the week. So sometimes you can say, yo, I made X amount of money already. I'm happy. I'm done for the week. That's like, trust me. Once you become profitable, that's going to be your issue. Your issue is no longer, I'm going to make, am I going to make money today? No, your issue is no longer that. The moment you become profitable, it becomes more about not fucking up. It becomes more about how can I not fuck up these results now. Making stupid decisions, like not following your rules, random shit, somewhere out of nowhere, right? Randomly. I had like, for example, 10 trades where I was just like on point on everything. I followed all my rules. I didn't chase the market. I got into my limit order. Everything was perfect, right? And then one day, I somehow, my brain wasn't functioning. I was just not fully there. You know, you probably recognize this, right? I was not 100% active. I was not 100% like locked in. And boom, I fucked it up. Now that's the worst way to close the week, because you did everything right. And then I had the one mistake. And I think a lot of profitable traders struggle with this. And then besides that, another problem that I think you will have if you become profitable is no longer, am I going to lose money over time? You know you're going to win money over time, but it's more about floating profits. Right? Because imagine this, right? Imagine you enter this trade. Let's say we enter this trade here. Which I think actually we could put it a bit lower, like 78, all right? Because that's still the previous range that we're also dealing with. We're dealing with a lot of ranging today. We have a lot of ranges. Oh, sorry, not this. A lot of ranges that we need to mark out. We have a lot of levels. But anyways, imagine if you enter here, let's say, right? Let's say we enter there, okay? And then the stop loss is, I don't know, it's there. And our target is there, right? Now imagine if price goes into your trade, right here. And we go up in green, we make money, we're up. Now we're up, whatever, $1,000, right? Right here. And then here we're up like $1,300 right here, right? And then we're like, oh shit, we're killing it. And then, you know, you're like, I want to reach my target here. I want to reach my target. And then price comes down. Did you now lose nothing? Or did you lose $1,300? That's the real struggle when you become profitable. I'm telling you, bro. That's the real struggle. That's gonna mess your brain up over time. Because that's something that like is really hard to deal with, because you no longer think about, oh, I'm break even, which is actually nothing. You didn't lose any money, but you could have made X, right? So how, is that then losing money or not? You know what I mean? So floating profits are scary. Once you if you don't have a system for that, that makes sense, then, or you just accept, you can't accept that, and then things get very difficult. So yeah, you might think, oh, I'm right now trying to become profitable. That's the first step. Once you become profitable, the second step is, how do you manage that stuff? How do you make sure you don't mess up? How do you make sure that you get towards that point, right? All right. So the dollar now pulls back. Look at that 50-minute candle on the dollar here. Damn. Damn. Something is popping here. A lot of selling still. I'm not joking, because we're definitely still overvalued. We might put our limit order lower. I'm not joking. I might put it back lower. At least the 78. Let's see. You know what I'm gonna do? 82.4 is where we had it, right? Okay. I'm gonna keep it there. Dollar is pushing up really hard. I'm very certain we're gonna get there, by the way. We're gonna get triggered here. Okay. Let's see. I might scale in a bit lower. Let's see. Because it's not that big lot size. Right here. Right there, 78. 78 is still a level that I think we could get to, though. So if we flip this bullish though, and look at the dollar getting rejected here, right? This is why I wanted to do it, because we are in major resistance. If the dollar gets rejected here again and this flips bullish, it's game over. And we are back at the equilibrium. We can bounce from the equilibrium. It's not, that's in essence okay. Well, let's see how far we can take it though. No top wick, of course, on this thing. And on the 50-minute, we have no top wick. And this is the 70. This is that level I was looking at. Lorenzo, are you still using the dollar index custom chart, or is the dollar index good? No, we can definitely use the custom chart as well for the volume profiles. Definitely something I'm looking at here. Okay, dollar needs to slow down here, man. All right, get to our level. $78. And we're back. This closure is going to be key. Right now. Okay, we're there. Do I like this? Not really, actually. Okay, we're at least at our level here. We are at the 78 here. Yeah, look at the freaking dollar, man. Holy shit. This looks really strong now. Okay, let's see what happens here. Look at that flip. Very volatile. Yeah, this 15-minute closure is going to be obviously the most important. But I'm not going to, if it's bearish, I'm just going to cut. I'm not going to wait. I'm going to look for a better entry. Going to minimize my loss then, if that's the case. Crazy dollar, man. What a move, man. Trade Sharp says, hi, where's my G? That's my bro. Trade Sharp is my brother. Trade Sharp is my G. Is he live? Oh, he's not live. Yeah, Harry, man, my guy. My G. Now, this looks too bearish to me, man. This looks too fucking bearish right now. Honestly, I think I chased it a bit. Still, I honestly think I still chased it a bit too much here. I'm not joking. I actually do think that I chased it a bit too much here. Still, right? Because that was our initial entry. Freaking. That was our initial entry. You know what I mean? Look at that. Boom. If we kept that entry there, holy moly, right? That's what I'm talking about. So I learned my lesson again today. I'm not joking. I learned my freaking lesson today. That's exactly what I was talking about. That was our initial entry, our initial limit order. So that means we're back at that level, right? We're back at that. Yeah, we're back. We're back here. Yeah, if this 15-minute candle closes like really bad, then I will get out of my trade. But this might be a good lesson here. It's just freaking volatile. While we're getting there, we're getting undervalued. You see, this is what I mean with bad entries, right? This is a good example. This is exactly what I mean. And I just literally just made that mistake myself right now, right? Because like this is where we had our limit order. And I moved it up. Because I thought, oh, if we pull back, we can move we can look forward. But we saw the overvaluation, right? And this is why. The overvaluation never freaking lies. So just remind me, guys. I want you guys to remind me, okay, of this thing right here below. I'm not joking. Hold me accountable for this, please, because this is the overvaluation. Look at every time we were overvalued. It's better to just enter at undervaluations, right? And not fucking chase price. I'm not joking. We just talked about it, right? Just hold me accountable, because undervaluations is where the magic money is made. Now, do I still see potential? Of course I do, because the dollar is getting rejected here. I do see like, I do see that there is that major support there, but it's just not a good entry, right? That's kind of the, that's just what I mean. So hold me accountable next time, because this is exactly what I talked about with you guys right here. Lorenzo, are you still up for the week? Of course, we are way up. We are way up, but that's not the problem. The problem is the entry. Chasing. Yo, Rai Sahib, my G, welcome, man. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you, my bro. All right, finding some support. Dollar getting rejected. That's what you want. You want the dollar to get rejected here. We're still above our major level. This red box. This is why I wasn't out yet, because or cut my trade yet, because we are here, right? We are at a major level here. It doesn't make sense to close it as at support. If it would close below, I would close the trade, right? I would cut the trade short, because. But I'm not going to close it, because we're right at support, right? Imagine closing at support and then like price bounces. You know what I mean? That's not worth it. So again, the valuation did not lie. It did not lie. Did I listen to it? I didn't. I kind of did, but I didn't, because I could have waited for it to come down. There. So yeah, that's the conclusion. Amazing lesson here. And why is gonna open soon? We'll get that pump. Let's see, bro. Let's see. But I'm not gonna close it, because it just doesn't make much sense to close it. Because we're pretty much at that level. So if we close below the 68, let's say we close a 5-minute candle below the 68.5. So that's like, yeah, below the very high. Then I consider closing the trade. But for now, we just leave it. Yeah, so I have a stop loss obviously in mind, right? I'm not going to say that I don't have a stop loss in mind, but I just want to manually deal with it now. Unless gold drops 100 points, then I'm fucked. No, but what I could always do is I could, for example, place like a sell limit right here. Sorry, a sell stop right here. And then move it up when I want to get stopped out, so I don't, you know, blow my account or my whole portfolio. But that's not my stop loss. I just want to say this is not my stop loss. I could cut my trade below that level already. Just so you know. Yeah, because I just want to see what happens here. If you just pull back one more time, I'm fine with this too. But closing below like the 68.5, then I need to cut it, because then it's just not looking good. Remember last year you were more patient, waiting for the level? Yeah. Yeah, yesterday we were super patient, by the way. And actually Monday we had an amazing trade. Was it Monday? Or Tuesday? Tuesday. Yeah, our patience got rewarded really well. So yeah, we know how important it is. I keep talking about it. So yeah, I'm just a human, man. I'm just a human. Like you guys. Okay, if we close below that level, then I'm gonna cut it. But there is definitely support there. And we're getting to the undervaluation now slowly. Lorenzo, do you still hold your long-term view of gold to revisit all-time high in the near future? I think so, because the dollar is, from my perspective, from a macro perspective, strong now because of the war with Iran and etc. and everything, and the bond market. But I think this is just temporary. We've done some really deep work on the dollar. We have some really important data, the things that we look at and stuff. So yeah, I do believe in the metal still, for sure. Can we revisit lower temporarily? Maybe, but yeah, we're gonna close this soon. Now we're undervalued. You see, we had to keep our limit order there. Like at the beginning. The value high is super strong though. Wow, what a level. We know how important this zone is. Yeah, that's crazy support. And we're getting undervalued now. I honestly think there is a chance we get back to our entry. Undervaluations also are so important. You guys know that. And we're still respecting this, but a closure would look really nasty below. Then I have to cut it. Balop says, take your loss or you lose many followers. Okay, now then I have to close it. Man, look at that support. Look at that support. We're still at the VWAP. Am I saying this looks super strong? No, definitely not, man. But we're not far. We're not far. 50-minute undervaluation is coming too. Yeah, I can't close it now. We just don't have the best entry today. That's it, or at least in this trade. Don't have the best entry. This was the best entry. We had our best entry before. How long until New York Open? It's open now, bro. New York Open is already open. The New York Open is open. The New York Open is open. So nothing too fancy there. Luckily, nothing too crazy. But the dollar is on an all other level today. Let's be honest. Look at this 50-minute there. Look at this 50-minute there. It's literally on a whole other level today. Maria, good to see you. How are you doing? Long time, long time. Long time. Good to see you again. What's the worst case scenario? Worst case scenario that I have to close the trade soon in a loss, and we'll look for a new entry with a good confirmation again, with the right confirmation again, I could better say, not chasing price. What do you usually risk on a trade? Like $1,000, $1,000, something like that. I have no like real fixed risk. $1,000, maybe a bit more, but a bit around that. All right, dollar is getting rejected there. Same level. We know that level now. We know how important that level is. So these closures really matter. Undervaluation really matters. 50-minute. What is your next level? My next level would be the 58. But then I would rather close the trade and re-enter, because I'm not gonna like allow it to get there and then hope that it pulls back to my entry. That's gonna be a death sentence for me. That's gonna be suffering. I don't want to suffer like that. Scut it and then boom, new entry. But for now, it's not needed. Lorenzo, kindly give me some money. You know, I've done this before. One guy asked me for some money or something like that. I gave him money and then on the stream. You know how many messages I got after that in my DM? That was not smart from my side. Yeah, dollar is slowing down here. Dollar is getting is flipping here. So gold is finding support. I like this overall. It gives me hope. But I don't see power stepping in though. I don't like that. I don't see power stepping in. Almost feels like it wants to go to that 58 level. It wants to get there. I'm connected now. Why don't you wait for that absorption in that area? Because I chased price like a clown. That's what I did today. So I'll tell you what turned me off. What turned me off was this. On the 5 minute, we were getting overvoted because the dollar was pushing up, but gold was not pushing up. So in my head, it was like gold is not pushing up. So the dollar is pushing up. Gold is just ranging flat. But this just proves that I have to trust this, and I can never enter when we pull back. I need to wait for this undervaluation. So now would be a good entry, actually. You know, 58, around the 58 would be an amazing entry. Like around there and the 58, like somewhere in between. You know? And that's the difference, right? If you enter now, you're going to be in a much better situation than entering where I entered. Because the chance that we bounce here is just so much bigger. And then you're immediately in profit, and then boom. Right? So the 58 and the 60, the 71. Not the 82. Yeah, I think we're going to get to the 58, to be honest. It looks like we're going to get to the 58. We're at the VWAP. Fuck, you see, that's the difficult situation to deal with right away. So let me think. 50 minutes. Yeah, I'm actually thinking about cutting it now. I'm actually thinking about cutting this trade and entering lower. Yeah, right when I say I want to cut it, it flips. Where are the buyers? Are there buyers? No, clearly not. Objectively, are there buyers now? No, they're getting all absorbed. Sellers are here pushing down. There are a lot of buying. Prices coming down. I need to cut this, man. I need to cut this. We're going to add a loss to our track record this week. 1L. Yeah, gonna take this hit. So a clear lesson from my side. You guys know exactly where I made this fucked up, where I fucked up here. Right? We talked about it. Yeah, even though here we would be in a bit of drawdown, but at least then we had much more room to work with. Now it's just this was just way too aggressive, trying to get in there. Okay, we'll take it. I'm gonna wait for price to get lower and see from there. And don't flip this now. What is your next level? My next level is the point of control of the range, the 58. Now the pullback. No, don't say that. Don't say that. No, 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 no. We can take this. We can take this though. We can take it this time. We know where the mistake was, so at least I know it. So as long as I know, it's fine. But what is your indicator at the left? This is the valuation. It's the valuation tool here. This is the overvaluation. So you can actually see how strong that is. And the undervaluation is actually now. So now we're getting to like buying territory. But when you're stuck in a trade, it's not worth holding on to it, right? It just doesn't make any sense unless there was an actual chance of already pulling back, but then you're just stuck and then you miss out on the opportunity where you could make more money. So you see we're already dropping here. So I'm going to be patient, waiting for that next level. Dollar doesn't want to break that resistance, so that's not the problem here. Okay. What are the levels? So 69 was actually one level. We had 82, we had 69, we had 58, and we have the 45. Which is right here. And this undervaluation right there. So that is major support. So we have these three levels pretty much. Yeah, this looks strong right now from sellers. Buyers are stepping in, but they can't do shit right now. They can't do anything. So if the top selling pressure, see that candle closure right here, a lot of selling, a lot of absorption right there, but no follow through. So this is still holding as resistance right now. Buyers are stepping in, but we can't flip anything bullish. We can't follow through. There are still more sellers right there at 70. So I think gold needs to slowly kind of die out here. In a way of like, it needs to slow down. And then we can talk. %. How to do so many templates? Yeah, so we have the 5 minute, we have the 15 minute, and we have the 1 hour. Okay? The 5 minute, the 15 minute, and the 1 hour. I kind of get a good understanding here. Yeah, it takes some time to set up, but once you get this done, it's peanuts. It's easy. You can just save it. You can also download the file and like put it on your Mac. Like I have a laptop at my PC, right? So I can just put it on my MacBook. Super easy. Super easy. I can wake up in bed, get my coffee, literally open my laptop and just quick look at the order flow. That's it. So I know, oh, okay, this is where selling has to be most aggressive. Boom, okay, level, level, level. And then I already know for the next session what I'm looking at. How do you set it up? We can actually go over this one time, but I have to make a video about it for sure. But look at the reaction at the 58. All right, we do see some potential, but sellers are so freaking strong. I just prefer to see a little bit of a reaction here. That actually, look at that reaction. But again, sellers are still dominant. We're gonna find resistance already here at the 70, 69. So what I would like to see now is like something like this. If we actually are bullish here, that shows that they're actually buyers are willing to step in, because now every time buyers are stepping in, they don't take control. So yes, buyers step in at the beginning when the candle opens up, but when the candle closes, it flips bearish. Are you trading with a prop firm or with personal? Both, man. I mean, why not trading? Why not both? What are you guys doing? Prop firm, personal? Let me know in the chat. Prop firm or personal? Just for all the new people here. Okay, my name is Lorenzo. I've been trading now for the past, I would say, 8 years? Yeah, 8 years. Wow. 8 years already. And I've been going live for the past 4 years. Almost 4 years, which is crazy as well if you think about it. Time flies, bro. Really, really crazy. But right now we are back with a new format. This is episode 4. All right, G? This is episode 4. We're going to be streaming here. We're going to be trading here every day. I'm going to show you the true reality of trading. You're going to just see my journey, okay? Been doing this for a long time. What I want is I just want to get better every single day. I really want to try my best to just get better. Just like you guys. I'm just like a guy just freaking learning how to freaking trade and get better every day. And time doesn't always tell how good you are, okay? Results do. Let the results speak for themselves over time. That's what matters. So this is why I think it couldn't be more transparent to do this live on stream. I also have some free education for you from all the data that I've gathered. Okay? All the data that I've gathered. And put it into this book. This is kind of my journey. I'm very proud of it. And it's free for you to download, okay? So it's all free education. So we're going to be here 8 a.m. EST for the next coming weeks, months, 5 days a week. Couple hours, and yeah, we're gonna win, we're gonna lose, but I am a real freaking trader. I can guarantee you that. I've been trading for a long time, and trading is my baby. Okay, trading is my freaking baby. So yeah, my goal is hopefully to inspire you a little bit, and you know, have a good time with you guys. Big hoax, my G. Thank you, man. Appreciate you. Welcome. Have a blessed day. Why don't you advertise your book like you did last year? It is outdated because we released the book already, I think like 6-7 months ago. And it's in the description if you want to get it. But, you know, we're constantly talking about the book all the time because it's pretty much, you know, what I look at. This is how I do my analysis. Yeah, so we're getting closer and closer, but we're not there. I'm still not in the belief that we're fully there yet. But now the closer that we're getting, the more I'm thinking about the 40, the 45. That's why I was not rushing into the 58, because I could just see how buyers were not willing to step in here, you know? I could just see how buyers were just not willing to put in the effort to really push price higher. So I couldn't trust the buy shit again after that first entry. At least I got that right? That I'm not kind of chasing the market again right away after the trade, that I think, oh, this is the next level. And then this is the next level. You know? That's not gonna work either, so. It's a huge, by the way, it's a huge hourly candle mine. Look at that hourly candle. We're not gonna rush that. It'd be awesome to see how you log wins and losses and how you learn from them. That's actually a very, 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 very good point to do this live as well. Because I usually do this afterwards. Yeah. That's actually a very good point here. Yeah, look at the dollar. Dollar is squeezing. It is squeezing. Look at that. Next level for the dollar is this high. Look at the 4 hour. We know how important this level is going to be. Will we buy it very low? Yeah, I'm definitely, I have it marked. And the more we're like grinding down right now in the 15-minute here, right? Like this. The more I'm like, yes, that's the perfect buy limit right now, in my opinion. And it makes total sense as well, because the dollar will reach that 4 hour resistance. Dollar will reach that 4 hour resistance very low of that range. It's also... Let's go to the hourly. It's also pretty solid support here. Where was the point of control of the previous week? Yeah, that was our initial push. We cannot really use that. No, I think that's indeed the best level to look at. 45, yeah. The very low. But anyways, we are actually not really unbalanced, because like we're clearly in the range of the day still. We haven't left the range, so I cannot call this. And I did expect it to be an unbalanced session, but it's actually not an unbalanced session. You can actually see how we are just in the range, because we didn't re-break the highs today or this session. So maybe gold now looks really weak, right? But in reality, it's actually just still in the range. Whereas does gold always have the negative correlation with the dollar? But sometimes I realize it doesn't quite follow that. Yeah, if you just look at the candlesticks, right? Then you think, sometimes it doesn't really do exactly the opposite. And that makes total sense, right? That's why I had that tool. Because that tool really shows me how effective the correlation actually is with the dollar. Without that tool, I wouldn't really be seeing how effective it would be. Unless you get all the way to the higher time frame, like the daily time frame. Because on the daily time frame, for sure, I'm very... I can definitely see the correlation between gold and the dollar. Yeah. All right, at least we're getting somewhere. All right. We're getting somewhere. What is that indicator on the bottom? It's exactly that. The valuation tool. It's similar to the RSI, but it's not the RSI. People confuse this for like an RSI, but it's actually completely different. Yeah, we can tell that we're close here, but let's see. This might be something. This might be something. 62.2. That could be kind of like an entry model 1. Yeah, that's an entry model 1 on the 5 minute if we pull back, but then with a limit confirmation. Was it always a dream to become a trader? What did Lorenzo dream about? No, bro. I was actually more into chess and poker and things like that. All about strategy, probability. All these things were always interesting to me. But I never really took trading in consideration as one of those things I would be doing. So eventually, trading came across my path. And then I was like, man, this is the best thing in the world. What's better than this? It's like a video game. And it can give you insane freedom. Insane freedom. And it's in my opinion, the best way to get to know yourself. And I truly believe that trading really defines who you are as a person, because I know swing traders that are always very careful with everything they do in life. They have everything in place, very organized, everything. Swing trading, right? It kind of makes it's so funny. Just look at someone's personality. I can look at someone and I could say, "You're more of a swing trader, bro." You're more of a scalper. I guarantee you, it's something about your personality that just shows me exactly, you know, how you will trade as well. So if that's the case, I can also see your weaknesses, your strengths, your weaknesses, and it's all about like trying to become the best version of you. Become the best version of yourself. Bro, the Fafarelo YouTuber. Yeah, you have to be a YouTuber. That makes it more fun, for sure. That makes it more fun. That makes it less boring, for sure. What is President Trump saying? I think Trump was talking about I don't know. I don't really fully get what he's talking about. Sometimes he's going all in, and then the next week he's like, yeah, no, I think it's over. And then the week after that, he's like, no, we're going to go all in again. So I don't know what to believe right now. Not what to see with the war and stuff. But I don't think this is just going to end quickly. I think it's going to be a long way to go. I have a bad feeling about this shit, for sure. But anyways, for us, we just have to stay focused. This is something that we guys cannot control. We cannot control the situation here. We cannot control the outcome. We can only control ourselves and our own personal circumstances and that of our family. Right? So let's focus on that. Let's focus on ourselves. Let's focus on our own skill set. Yeah, I'm gonna just observe gold here and see if it can come down to the 45, because I'm not gonna chase anything right now, G's, just so you know. We already done that today, and I think we could actually get there. I wouldn't be streaming if I would be thinking that we couldn't get there, because I cannot see gold or buyers take full control here. I think that there's definitely a lot of struggle. And the dollar is still holding up really well. It's still holding up very strong. So a hard session to trade for me today, overall, I must say. Pretty hard session for me in comparison to this week. The rest of this week. Yeah, so for me, we need to see buyers stepping in here. Hardcore right now. Because this candle doesn't prove to me that we're actually seeing buyers stepping in. It's just, yes, buyers are coming in slightly, but it's about them taking control. That's the difference, right? So that's something that I'm looking for. Or get into like a real overextended lower entry. And that's at the 45. Play your favorite trends. Well, number one, I want to thank you guys for the support, man. Unbelievable how we kicked off these last 4 days already. Super, super strong. So big shout out to you. I really appreciate it. It's fucking motivating to see you guys grinding like me. It's really motivating. Really freaking motivating, man. Where's that song? I'm always missing out on that song. There's that one song that we play on the stream. Like, that song is sick. Where is it? Oh, yes. All right, little break, man. I need to see the 45. I need to see the 45. 5145. That's the only level I can think of right now, the 45. How's your family in Dubai? I don't live in Dubai, my friend. I don't live in Dubai. I have no family in Dubai. I was in Dubai, but I don't live in Dubai. Crockett says, it made my week seeing you back, mate. It really has. I'm not even trading gold today. I'm in a liquidity sweep long on the Nasdaq, but I'm still keeping tabs on your stream. Nice, my friend. That's some real support. Appreciate this, bro. We are actually at that level that we talked about. We're actually at that level on the NAS. Let me check the NAS real quick. Just quickly, just to see what's happening here. Oh, this is actually... Oh, wow. This might be long. This might be long. Not joking. Yeah, keep a close eye on the Nasdaq here, I would say. Because Goldie is sleeping. Lorenzo, you did the giveaways before. What about now? Yeah, the thing is, bro, I have nothing to sell you. I have nothing to give away, but I might give away some of the indicator style valuation index in the future, but I have no confirmation of that yet here. But well, I'm sure in the future, if you guys are supporting the channel, we're gonna do tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of giveaways again, specifically prop firm challenges. Okay, specifically prop firm challenges, because this is what I like to give away the most: prop firm challenges, because it gives you something to work with. It gives you something to work with. I think we've given away thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars of giveaways in the past years. All my YouTube revenue has for sure gone to giveaways. That's a fact. All right. Can we actually close below or above the very high, or get to the 45? Nilam Trades, missed these YouTube lives. Glad that you are back. Thank you, Nilam. I know you, I've seen you so many times on this stream before. I appreciate you. Thank you. Let's see if the dollar can actually guide, because we haven't actually really seen that yet this session, right? Let's be honest. Have we seen the dollar drop? Like we were seeing these like wicks, but like we haven't seen the dollar break structure. You know what I mean? We haven't seen the dollar actually break structure. We just have to see the dollar, you know, breaking down at resistance. We see these wicks, but then the dollar comes up again. So dollar is definitely stronger today. Definitely. Yeah, that's why I'm not entering longs, because I can just see that it's not there yet. Bertus, hey bro, watching from Brunei. Beautiful place, bro. Lucky that you live there. That's a beautiful place. For the people who don't know Brunei, that's actually next to Malaysia. Close to Singapore, Malaysia. Super beautiful. Now says, feel like range is gonna create on gold. Yeah, I'm gonna just observe it right now. I'm gonna look at the 45. That's why I'm still want to stream, because I just want to see if price can get there. But if not, that's my main level for sure. That's gonna be my main area, the 45, because we have to bounce. We have to bounce soon. And this is the major level, major support, the very low. And the dollar will reach that 4-hour resistance. So I think the combination of the dollar reaching that 4-hour resistance, gold dropping to the 45, being really overextended, it can give us some it can actually give us some good entries there. And that's why, like, we tried one time to chase it there, but now it's just all about the overextended levels. So that's like the 45, 5145. But if we're going to stay in the range the rest of the session, then obviously it's not going to be that interesting for the rest of the day. And the dollar flips again. That's what I mean, right? Every time we say, oh, the dollar is looking weaker. No. Dollar is still strong. Dollar is still strong. Yeah, tomorrow we have the news. Tomorrow we have the JOLTS job openings. We have also the PC price index. We also have the GDP. We have a lot of things, a lot of news tomorrow. Luckily, the good part is, though, that all of that news, I believe, comes, the most important news at least, comes at the open, around the open. So that is the good part. And then indeed at 10 we have more news, but it's, or 9, I think, sorry. 9 we have more news. But most important news is going to be right at the open, so that's good. So I'm not going to be worried too much about the JOLTS job openings, because it's going to be later. And I think if we can get into a trade before the JOLTS job openings, but after the GDP PC, that would be perfect. Somewhere in between. The open, not the open, but in between the news. So post PC price index and GDP. And pre-JOLTS job openings. Thank you for your time, Lorenzo. How is Bali? Bali is treating us well. The weather is getting better. The weather is getting better. Look at my face. So the weather is finally getting better. We had raining season here. That means pretty much it's raining every day. Okay? Every day. But now it's getting better. Much better. Let me actually close it. Yeah, we're definitely finding that support there, but if the dollar doesn't stop, gold is not going to do anything. That's something that we have to think about, right? If the dollar is not stopping, then gold is not going to go anywhere. It's not going to push up out of nowhere. Yeah, Bali is safe for sure. It's one of the safest places I've been to, but you can't screw over anymore. You need to stay underground. You need security. So I still have some security here, okay? And the reason why I have some security here, or the reason why I like to live at places where there is security, is because I heard some badass, crazy stories. I'm not joking, about streamers, okay, that actually they get assaulted, or not assaulted, but they especially crypto streamers, crypto trading. You know, people come into your house, they tie you up on a chair. I'm not joking, right? So a guy was streaming live, okay? He had to shut down his stream. They tied him up on his chair. Hear your body, right? They tied him up on his chair, and he had to give all his crypto. I'm not joking. He had to give all his crypto away. So from that reason, I like, oh man, hey, listen, I'm not like a big streamer, right? I'm not a big streamer, but I mean, hey, if people think that you have money, right? You need security, regardless. You need security. You can't fuck around. Now, you don't have to have like a whole army in front of your house, but you need to have at least some sort of protection or whatever. Especially if you want to stream here. So, you know, Dubai is safe from that perspective. That doesn't happen there, right? But here you're safe of of rockets, of missiles, other things. Bro, look back to just make sure there's no one there. Yeah. That's true. But that's honestly the truth. This is naturally what I do, okay? I naturally scan the environment. So if I go out for dinner or something, I'm always scanning. I had this since I was younger. You know, if you go to like some hard life, or you had like some, you know, you got your ass beat as a kid, you get extremely aware of your surroundings automatically. It becomes like second nature. So, you know, when I'm out with my girlfriend, I take her for dinner or whatever, right? And I'm just checking the environment. She's like, why are you looking around? Like, what's going on? There's nothing happening here. Like, be present. Why are you looking at other girls? I'm not looking at other girls, okay? I'm not looking at other girls. I'm scanning the environment, all right? Okay, we're finding support at 58, all right? So that's kind of interesting that we're finding that support here. But I just don't trust it, you know. I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know in the chat. What do you guys think? Honestly, what do you think of gold right now? I just want to listen to you guys, because I'm a bit... I'm not feeling it completely here. Yesterday was very clear to me. Tuesday was very clear to me. Monday was actually very clear to me, right? So I think we've done really well this week so far. Today, I'm not fully there, man. I'm not feeling it completely. Let's see what you guys are saying. Stanks, for me, it doesn't look terrible. Want to see how it's holding. FX Turco at a buy limit at 5147. Okay. Yassi says wait for 514. 513. Okay. Similar to what we talked about, right? Pretty much the lows right here. Right? Or at least the range right here. At least see a pullback, get deeper into the undervaluation, and then make the move. And then the dollar getting to that 4-hour overvaluation. That's something that I will be doing. I will be willing to take. But entering here, you see that? It's already dropping again. It looks like it's finding support, but then it doesn't, right? It's not safe there, man. It's not safe in my opinion. Yeah. So maybe we should just take out the lows, right? And then actually see the move. I'm going to give it a bit more time. Just a little bit more time. See if we can get there, actually. But I hope you understand why I don't want to enter here, because it just doesn't make sense to enter here. I don't feel it's the right level. In the order flow as well, right? Just you see that sellers are still in control. Buyers are not really coming in. It all seems it's just an inducement, right? For buyers to come in, get into the market, and just trap people to just continue to drive lower. So look at the amount of selling that's happening right now, right here, right? It's just way too much. Ren Trades. That's a nice name, my friend. Welcome. Welcome to the stream. Hope you do well, my friend. I'm going to be here for you 5 days a week, 8 a.m. EST for 2.5 hours on average. We're going to trade gold. That's my baby. And I'll do my best every day. That's all I can promise. I'll do my best. Okay? I'll do my best. I'll do my best. That's what matters. I'll do my best. I'll do my best. I also need monies, G's. I also need monies. I don't make money for medication because it's now currently closed for new members at this moment. So I need to make me money. You know? Xavier says, hi Lorenzo, I reckon it's going to drop down. Xavier Glenn 8230. I reckon it's going to drop down to the 30-minute fair value gap. I have a buy limit set at 5112. 30-minute fair value gap. Right, 5112? Right here. Oh, okay. The value low. That's the current weekly value low. You see that? We might have a different strategy, my man. But still, I can see the alignment. So we have a different strategy. But I understand why that level. You know what I mean? So I make sense. It's a good level. The question is, are we going to get all the way down there? Or are we at least going to get a bounce first? And is it possible for us to trade that bounce? That's the real question. But I understand why that level. I do get it. I do get it. John, and these are not just sellers, they're selling at the bottom of this range. That is not normal. Exactly, right? That's actually also true, John. Hey, John, you have some good insights, my friend. I'm just saying, you have some really good insights. I like your messaging in the chat. You have some really, really good insights when it comes down to this order flow stuff. So appreciate that. It's actually true. That's why buying is just no option here. True, man. Broeder, jij bent zwaar Nederlands. Nee, man. Ik ben geen Nederlander. Niet officieel meer, in ieder geval. Ik ben Lusu, man. Ik ben Lusu. Ik ben Lusu. Yeah, the 45 is like is constantly on my list, on my radar right now. That 45 level. It's that low. It's this support zone. It's actually a support area, right? Pretty much. It's the beautiful undervaluation there. It can squeeze it a bit further, so a bit deeper. The dollar is now at 4-hour resistance. We can't neglect the fact that we are back at the highs, okay? Now, does this look strong? It does look strong. However, keep in mind that the dollar candle will close in 26 minutes. So we're gonna close this 4-hour candle in 26 minutes. What do we usually see at the end of the candle? Usually, we see a little bit of a top wick getting formed. And then the question is, what will the next 4-hour candle do? I'm not going to wait for that, but I do want to see some weakness here. But for now, I cannot tell you that the dollar is weak, right? Or it's going to get rejected. That would be just not smart for me to say here, because the dollar has been ripping this session. Ripping. And there's so much selling here, so... Yeah. And we break down, so it's really good that we didn't buy there, guys. As you can see, it was not smart to buy there. Also, selling, I would not be thinking about there because of that structural break. I would not be thinking about selling at that moment, to be really honest with you. Because we've broken above the point of control of the previous day. When that happened, so I was like, not really into sells, but that would be the best play of the day, of course, clearly. In hindsight, it would be the best move for today. But it's about buy as low as possible. We need to bounce at some point. The question is, where do we bounce? Is it the 45? Is it the 30? Or is it the 16? True Lesson says, these moves are coming due to news. You can't do anything about it. Look at oil. Okay, let's look at oil because I am very curious to see what oil is doing here. Oil's back up. Yeah, oil is pushing hard again today. That might indeed have something to do with it because we all know what happened when oil ripped with the metals. That is definitely true. Oil is really strong. Any oil traders in the chat, because oil is like moving like gold moved in August, September, October, November. Everyone got rich off of gold trading. The only thing that you had to do during that period, okay, with gold, the only thing that you had to do to make a shit ton of money on gold is this. You wake up during the Asian Open, you buy 1 lot, 0.1 lot, 0.01 lot, and you keep the trade open until you go to bed. That's how you got rich on gold during that time. Is that going to be with oil now? Remember in the times when the Asian session was the most boring session of the like no one traded Asian session because Asia was boring. Up until China started buying gold every day for months. Then the Asian session became the session. And New York became a good session. And London became the worst session. The worst session to trade. Right now, I think it's back to New York. Right now, New York is actually doing it again. And usually London has been the most boring session lately, man. For me personally, trading gold in London session is like it's the most boring session of the quarter. So I gave up on London right now, to be honest. It's either Asia for me because I live in Bali or New York. John, have a great evening. You too, my friend. You're done for today? Okay, man. Yeah, it makes sense, bro. It makes sense. I also have a hard time here with Goldie today. I'm also not liking the price action right now. And the dollar is just ripping, man. The dollar is ripping. We are undervalued, so you cannot sell it. The dollar is ripping. Too many conflicting signals today. So I kind of need to accept, I think, my day today, guys. Keeping it a short trading session today. Come back tomorrow with the news, trade the news. And then hopefully end the week strong. I'm still up for the day. Up for the week, sorry. Obviously, I'm up for the week because my win, I had $1,000 win. I had one $1,800 win. No, $1,500 win, sorry, and $1,000 loss. And that's just on one account, of course. So obviously we have Top Step, we have our personal account. So we're up there, we're doing okay. But tomorrow will be very important. And the lesson from my side today was, this is where I was really like trying to get into that trade setup for reasons of me chasing. That first buy limit would still be a drawdown, by the way. So it would still be a losing trade anyways. But I would have a much better way of managing my trade. And I would maybe get out of break even there. And that's why it's so important to not chase the market and wait for the undervaluation. Because then I would simply buy at maybe there, maybe around there, depending on where we were. Yeah, I think there, right? And it would be much better than there. So I learned my lesson today. You guys keep me accountable for this, okay? Because this is super important. You guys know how important the valuation index is and how we cannot buy when we're overvalued and how we cannot sell when we're undervalued. Clearly, right? Because you bounce. So for that reason, I'm going to mark this out and I'm going to come back tomorrow again and see what I can do better. And then we'll end the week positive again and green again. And we go to the next day. But today's price action, I'm not really a really big fan of it. Gold is still in that balanced range. We're not really leaving today's session. The reason why this is a balanced session, by the way, is because we're not leaving the highs. We didn't break the highs of the day and we didn't break the lows of the day. Okay, so we're still in the range of the day. Yeah, that's usually really hard to trade, especially when the dollar is pushing up that hard. Okay, so that simply means or tells me that we're waiting for a larger move very, very soon. But I don't think that this session will be the session where that move will be coming to fruition here. So you end up forcing trades. You know what I mean? I end up forcing setups. And I might get into a trade now and get a small like scalp. But is that really worth the hustle? I don't think so. You know what I mean? So tomorrow's a new day. All right? Thank you for joining, though, guys. This is the 4th episode. The first loss of the week. 2 wins, 2 break even, 1 loss. We're getting there. We're getting there. Okay. This is the real shit. If you like this channel, man, please subscribe to my channel. Nothing to show you, my G. I'm just here to have fun with you guys, to learn, to show you my good trades, but also my mistakes, clearly. And let's take this a step forward every day. We're getting better every day. Guarantee you we're getting better every year. Definitely. 100% we're getting better and better. We're making more and more money. So looking forward to see you tomorrow again. Tomorrow we have a lot of news, like I talked about. The PC price index GDP and the Jules job opening. So these are all very, very important very important news events. My goal is to get into a trade after the PC price index and before the Jules job opening. So I can actually get that window of opportunity. I will be on the 5-minute time frame, guy, trying to get into a trade round about that time. So that gives us around 90 minutes to find an entry. Roughly speaking, 90 minutes to find a good entry. That should be enough to get into a potential entry here, depending, of course, where we are. But that's the idea for tomorrow, okay? Anyways, guys, I appreciate you all. Smash up that like button, and then we're looking forward to it. Let's see what you guys are saying in the chat. Billy Joe, hey Lorenzo, how is your young friend who used to trade with you? He was into boxing at the time. That's Tommy. Yeah. People are still asking about Thomas. He's with us. He's with us in the chat, actually. Yeah. Can't believe you're still asking about him. Wow. Anyways, that's a good sign, I guess. James, fun to see the series. Good to see you, man. Krusty, every day the sun rises. Tomorrow it will be another day. Yes, sir. Fanny, was a great learning session, Lorenzo. Thank you, Vanessa. Vanessa is my top female student. She's the top of the top female student. I love Vanessa. Thank you so much. And keep it up, G's. I'm going to see you guys tomorrow. Yes, sir. Thank you very much, G's. See you later.